I spent 2 decades in the world-class education system of UK. I did my master's at University of Manchester, followed by a PhD in knowledge management, and after that a very long successful career in education. I taught for the first couple of years as a lecturer and also a research fellow, followed by a leadership role as a dean at University of Bolton, a state university in Manchester area in the UK. And then I worked as Pro Vice-Chancellor, and then my last role was Deputy Vice-Chancellor. So I spent 2 decades in the UK's education system, most of it in leadership roles. While we achieved a lot in the UK, my heart was always in India, to do something in India. After 2 decades, I thought I learned quite a bit in a great education system. How can I implement what I have learned in the UK? How can I bring that knowledge to my home city and my home nation? So it's a very, very big decision to come back to India, because it was a fantastic career. People would die for such a job, and if I remained in the UK for another year or so, I would have been the first Indian to become a British State University's Vice-Chancellor. And not only that, the youngest ever British Vice-Chancellor if I remain. But I think you have to follow your heart. I think that's quite important. And I really thought that I could bring something that is really needed in Indian education system, which is to bring world-class education to India. And that's when we thought establishing this school where we deliver state-of-the-art education, world-class education models, fantastic infrastructure, combining all of that, and what I have learned from my experience in 2 decades in the UK, bring all of that into this school, the Manchester Global School. And I think we're getting there. Within 2 years we have completed the campus. We opened our doors in 2024 with world-class infrastructure. So I think whatever we thought, we are on that journey in a very successful way. I think there is a deeper call for us to come back and do something, and I think we are getting there. At Manchester Global School, we wanted to have world-class infrastructure of learning and also overall development of the child, the holistic development of the child. So to achieve that, we had a number of things. So if you take holistic development, we have introduced around 12 to 14 different sports, indoor and outdoor, from archery to cricket to football ground, state-of-the-art tennis, basketball courts, indoor and outdoor, swimming pools for children, half Olympic size swimming pool for adult students. All of that, which is because I really believe that education simply doesn't happen only in the classroom. Education happens in the classroom, but half of it happens outside the classroom. Like, when you go out and play in the football ground, fall down, have an argument with your peers, all of that is part of the learning, is part of developing that resilience, influencing skills, all of that. I think so the sports infrastructure is one end, is very, very important for holistic development, which is a fundamental aspect of Manchester Global School. On the other side, if you take, for example, our science and technology labs, we have a 2,000 square feet of innovation zone, which has robotics, which has 3D printers, all of that, so that children can ideate, not just learn in the classroom, but they can ideate, they can present their idea, they can make things while they are in the school, so that whatever in their minds, the innovative aspects in their minds, they can actually produce those things. That's where entrepreneurs are born. That's how the pioneers are born. Not just learning theory in the classroom, but out there in the labs, in the innovation zone, and so on. For example, we're also building a Sky Observatory with the state-of-the-art telescopes, and also a planetarium that we have grand plans for. So, for example, if you teach solar system or Milky Way or the galaxies, all of that, that's great in the classroom. But how could you actually break, how could you expand their imagination? Imagine a child, in the football ground takes a telescope in our Sky Observatory and looks at the stars. And actually, in reality, they look at the stars, galaxies. That triggers imaginations. Those aspects trigger pioneering attitude. That triggers a sense of curiosity. So it's really critical that the state of the infrastructure, art infrastructure, technological infrastructure is so critical, especially in today's age, where memorization, learning based on memory is no longer relevant. We want children, the students, to be path breakers and pioneers, and for that we need that infrastructure, whether it's sports, whether it's our technology labs, whether it's our chemistry lab, whether it's our innovation zones, whether it's our Sky Observatory. All of this at Manchester Global School is inculcate that sense of wonder, that sense of curiosity, that sense of pioneering attitude. So that's predominantly the reason why we established this school, so that in 20 years' time, when these children go out of our school in their own paths, in their own, walk their own paths, they become these pioneers in the selected fields. I would like to add one more thing here. The houses, the 8 great houses of Manchester Global School, and I hear a lot of schools name them Pluto, Neptune, Mars, or red, green, blue, yellow. Lot of such names for their houses. But where is the sense of wonder, curiosity in House of Blue, House of Red, and so on? So we said, okay, our vision, what should be the names of the houses? Everything we do in this institution at Manchester Global School should actually inculcate that sense of wonder and curiosity. So we have 8 great houses for Manchester Global School, 4 for girls and 4 for boys, and each year they pair up with a different house and they become 4 teams, boys and girls together. So the 8 great houses of Manchester Global School are House of Chandra, on the name of Sir C.V. Raman, House of Ashoka, House of Chanakya, and House of Edison for the boys. Then House of Benz, House of Rudra, on the name of Rudramadevi, House of Jhansi, and House of Curie, on the name of Mary Curie. So these 8 houses, 4 for boys and 4 for girls, pair up every year and form 4 teams to compete in sports, science, debating, and so on and so forth. So whatever we do in this school should inspire the children. They should inculcate that sense of wonder. So, if a girl wants to, push the boundaries of science, there's somebody in the house to look up to. Mary Curie, double Nobel laureate in physics and chemistry, the only woman to ever win 2 Nobel Prizes, one in physics and one in chemistry. So if they want to become a politician, who else to look other than Chanakya, who was a great strategist 2000 years ago in India, and so on and so forth. So everything we do, the Sky Observatory, the houses that we named, the labs that we built, the sports field that we built, it's all towards a singular vision to grow pioneers, leaders, entrepreneurs.